In this video, we're just going to have a look to see how you can create your own widgets and then manipulate them inside the WordPress widgets section. So what we have here is we have this little widget here that we created called Never Miss a Deal. And basically how this is done, if we go and have a look at the widgets, is it's basically based on a shortcode. We then just implement that shortcode into the hierarchy inside the widgets, and then you can move the content up and down as you need. So if I wanted to put this below filter by price, a good place to catch somebody's attention, refresh, and you'll see that the widget is now below filter by price. So that's just how we can do that. And then just to show you again, I have a widget in the footer area. So I'm going to copy the shortcode. Then here I'm going to add a shortcode, paste the same shortcode into the footer, save that, head over to the website, then we'll refresh the page and then scroll down to the bottom, and now in the footer you can see that I have the widget displayed here. If I'm not happy with the widget in that area because we see that it's a little bit squashed for space, maybe what I want to do is move it to another section. So let me see about moving the sidebar. Maybe I'm going to move it to the first widget area and put it at the top, save, head over to the website, refresh, and now you can see we've moved that widget area over. So what I'm going to do is just set the width of that sidebar to 100%, save, and just see if we get some better spacing. So now you can see there we have our widget installed. Now if you want to do further styling, the styling would have to be done inside Oxygen. So at the moment I'm looking at the site template, but let me go out of the main template for the header and the footer, and let's go and have a look at that template for the subscribe widget. So we edit with Oxygen, and what I'll show you in the meantime is you saw that we were using a shortcode. So if I was to just go and have a look at that shortcode, here we are in snippets. I'm now going to open up the Oxygen shortcode. The shortcode I found on the WP Dev Design website, and you'll see that all that we need to do is paste in this shortcode with a link to the ID or the ID of the template that we've used, and that can either be a template or reusable parts. So if I now head back here, you'll see here's my snippet or my template, and you'll see that it's a pretty basic construction. We have a div, the text, and then a shortcode for the form. And then we've just taken a form from Fluent Forms, the free version, and made a subscription form. If we change anything here, then it changes everywhere where the form is used. So I did notice that in the footer you don't really see it too clearly because of the color. So we're going to change that color. Just check the size and spacing here. Width is 100%, and now when I refresh, you'll see that the background color has now changed to blue. So that's how we've been able then just to make the widget change color, and then of course where it's used here the color has also changed. So that's how easy it is to insert a widget into WordPress and then design the content inside of Oxygen. So it's simple. You add this code to your snippets page. Then what we do is we go into Oxygen Builder and you create the widget that you want. So if, for example, I wanted to add some texture, I can easily go some thank you, text color. Let's just put some space below that. Right. And that's how easy it is then to update, and wherever that widget is used, you will see that the widget is updated. So then we take that shortcode that we have here and we simply put that into the widgets area, and once that's done, the widget appears. Now, to create the widget areas, we're looking here at a plugin called Woo Sidebars. And after installing Woo Sidebars, under Parents, you're going to see widget areas. Inside widget areas, you can create as many widget areas as you like. So let's call this just a new area. When you create the widget area, you can of course choose where it should go. So if you were only going to use it on a products section of the website, then you might come into taxonomy terms, or in taxonomy archives, you would then say, for example, on all product pages, so product categories, product tags, and that would mean then essentially that is what we have in the product section. If you want this widget to be able to appear anywhere on the website, then you can leave it all blank, and then it would apply, say, in the footer. If I wanted it to, then I could also use the same idea then for the header, and just make sure that you then, inside Oxygen, you insert the area for the sidebar. So the way that that works is I'm going to head back to templates, head back to main, and then we'll just have a look and I'll show you how you insert the widget into the content area that you've created. So we're just waiting for Oxygen to load. Oxygen loaded. If I wanted to add a new widget area, that new widget area I just created, let's say I wanted to put it in my header somewhere. Let's go to the structure pane. So I'm going to add it here. Then I would simply add, then head down to WordPress, look for sidebars. Now you don't see the new sidebar created, and that's just because I haven't saved it. So if I publish that now, but you can see the published sidebars are in the listing, then I would simply select the sidebar that I'd like to show, and then I would just move it to where I wanted it, like any other item, any other content element inside the header. So there we have the sidebar, and at the moment it's on the left. If I wanted it in the center, I would just enter that in the center. So just to show you how that works, and then if I head over to the website, to the front page, you'll see now that I have a form in the header of the website. Right, so that's how easy it is then to insert your these widget areas wherever you need them. So I'm going to go back here and I'm just going to delete that. Right, so with that sidebar saved, if I was to refresh my Oxygen, you would then see that widget area appear in the same place. Right, Oxygen loaded. Let's just have a look. So let's add a WordPress sidebar, and now you can see we have the new area in our listing, and that's how easy it would be then to insert into the area of the site where we want it. To add content, if I go into the widget area, so I head over to widgets, and now when this loads, you'll see that we have the new area, and to load a widget, simply add the widget. So in this case, we've added the form, and we could do something similar here in this new area. So wherever we put the new area or the widget area, that's where the widgets will be displayed. So you can literally put them anywhere you want on your website, in the header, footer, and even in between content on your website pages. Right, so that's just a quick introduction into how you can create widgets for your website and then how to display them, the content inside various areas. Just something to be aware of is that when it comes to displaying content in archive pages being dynamic, they may affect the content that you insert in a widget that maybe relies on dynamic content. So if you're in the product section and you had a widget on the left here that relied on getting dynamic content about products, the problem you might have there is that being on the archive page, your results will be affected by the query that's already running by default in the archive sections. So just be aware that you can't just create dynamic content and then insert it on an archive page. So, well, I hope you found that interesting. Thank you for watching.